All right, we have our first firm 49ers update of this NFL legal tampering window. They've brought back one of quarterback Brock Purdy's backups. That is Brandon Allen, who was the third string quarterback in 2023. Allen used to be Joe Burrow's backup in Cincinnati. He had some success there. Actually, there was a game in 2020 during which Brandon Allen threw for 371 yards. He did not see action for the 49ers last year in a game situation, but Brandon Allen was an integral part of that 49ers QB room. You'll hear Brock Purdy talk about it a lot. Shanahan will talk about it a lot. They like that veteran dynamic in there. Brandon Allen was the older guy. He was 31 years old. He provided a lot of guidance. I talked to Brandon Allen a couple times over the course of the season about Brock Purdy's ability to pick up blitzes, and so much of that is doing your homework and knowing the answers to the test before the snap, because if you're not ready for where you're going to throw on the hot route when there's an unblocked blitzer, then the play is going to end up very bad. And Brandon Allen, I think, helped Brock Purdy a lot in the meeting room. He helped Brock Purdy a lot, just the way that Brock carried himself in the building, around the building throughout the course of the day. Having a veteran steadying presence in that quarterback room is important, and the 49ers do indeed have Brandon Allen back for another year. This signing is not going to break the bank. If you look at the 49ers depth chart, I've slotted Brandon Allen in as quarterback 2 for now, but I don't think that that's the 49ers' ultimate desire. I think they want to reprise last season's setup in the QB room, and that is Brandon Allen over here as quarterback 3. So the question is, can the 49ers bring back Sam Darnold? That's a question that hasn't been answered yet. Sam Darnold didn't play all too much for the 49ers last year, but we talk about San Francisco having a really good reputation as a QB reputation rehab center. It's possible that Sam Darnold does get an opportunity to compete for a starting job elsewhere. And if that happens, he might price himself out of the 49ers market. But I think that the experience of 2022, when all those 49ers quarterbacks got hurt and they said, never again, we're going to make sure that we are very, very fortified at the quarterback position. I think that experience still guides the 49ers now. And I still think they want to invest in QB2, somebody that's a little bit higher upside than Brandon Allen. Allen's a great guy to have in that room. They'll again want to carry 3 quarterbacks so they can take advantage of the emergency quarterback rule. That third quarterback has to be on the 53-man roster. That's my prediction. I think the 49ers set it up that way. But I don't think that he's going to be QB2 for this football team. I think he's going to be QB3. They've got to find a QB2. Now, who's the QB2 behind Purdy going to be? Again, Sam Darnold's a possibility if he didn't price himself out of the 49ers range. They're willing to pay for a quarterback 2. That means a deal with upside, incentive-wise. Last year, Darnold signed a deal that could have been worth upwards of $10 million per year if he had hit his incentives, if he had gotten a chance to play. But the actual cap hit for Sam Darnold was much smaller than that. It was somewhere between $4 and $5 million. They were actually reimbursed on some of that this past season because he didn't play as much as was likely to be earned according to the NFL contractual standards. So I think that's the 49ers range. It's going to stay within what they decided last year. Their philosophy has not differentiated, and we will see who they try to bring in to be in front of Brandon Allen at that QB2 spot. Some people have talked a lot about Zach Wilson. He's still under contract with the Jets. Ultimately, I don't think the Jets are going to be able to trade Zach Wilson. New England was only able to fetch a 6th-round pick for Mac Jones, and Zach Wilson has been worse than Mac Jones. At this point, it's a first-round pick. You've got to pay him a lot of money if you're the New York Jets because he was a top 3 pick. I think he's got $5.5 million left on his deal, guaranteed this year, $5.5 million to the end of his contract. So you might have to pay somebody to take Zach Wilson's contract on. If the 49ers find themselves in such a scenario, maybe that would be the higher upside backup they're looking for. Maybe they'll continue running the reputation rehab program in their quarterback room. But Brandon Allen is somebody that can help with all those efforts. He can help fortify Brock Purdy in that quarterback room. He can help in meetings. And obviously, if the 49ers do bring in a reputation rehab guy, QB2, Brandon Allen can offer support in that regard as well. So that's what's going on right now with the 49ers QB position. I'm going to open it up to a few questions here about Brandon Allen in the QB position. and then we will return and talk more. 49ers have yet to make a move outside of this, but I promised that I'd keep you updated on all the moves, and this is the one that we discussed the quarterback position with. What if wants to keep Sam Darnold? He can play and he delivers continuity in a season that already has had a few coaching changes. I think the 49ers would love to keep him as well. I think their Sam Darnold experience was a good one. My question is, has he priced himself out of the 49ers range? Because there's other teams that can offer Sam Darnold a chance to compete for a starting spot. 49ers obviously cannot offer that because Brock Purdy is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So QB2, there's a very, very narrow set of specifications that fit that quarterback 2 role with the 49ers. Can't be somebody who wants a starting quarterback job. And obviously can't be somebody who's too expensive because they're obviously dealing with salary cap limitations as well. Brandon Allen works because he's going to be close to the league minimum, if not at the league veteran minimum. I think as a guy that you obviously want in the room if you're the 49ers, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. With Brandon Allen, he could be your quarterback 3, which is the emergency quarterback that can play in case the first 2 quarterbacks get hurt. Most teams probably not thinking as hard about that, but the 49ers are because they hit a situation in Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game 2 seasons ago where they did have to get to that 3rd quarterback. So for San Francisco, QB depth is very, very important. Go ahead and smash that like button. One more look right here at the 49ers QB room. I've got Allen as depth behind Brock Purdy right now, but the 49ers still looking to bolster it a little bit more. Could also look at the roster builder where we estimate that Brandon Allen's cap hit's going to be $1.5 million. He's one of the quarterbacks that you could have picked from the drop down menu. Other news and all news you can follow on our 49ers free agent tracker, which is available on The Athletic. That's a look at it. A lot of people right now talking about Christian Wilkins. A lot of people talking about Danielle Hunter. Wilkins is a defensive tackle. Danielle Hunter is a defensive end. 49ers have cap space. They have executed a restructure with Fred Warner to open up cap space, and we will see what they do next. At exactly this time last year, it is 10:20 a.m. Pacific time. The 49ers reached an agreement with Javon Hargrave. They made their first big splash. So maybe we'll have to wait longer for a big splash this season, but I'm just giving you guys perspective. At exactly this time last year, the news that Javon Hargrave was signing with the 49ers, news that shocked a lot of people considering that people thought they wouldn't be major players in free agency last year. It's now that it happened, about an hour and 20 minutes into the legal tampering window. So stay tuned because big news could be coming for the 49ers. Again, we're talking Christian Wilkins, we're talking Danielle Hunter, and we're talking dozens of other potential additions to this football team. Brandon Allen, though, the first player to agree to terms of the 49ers during this legal tampering period, spruces up the quarterback room, and we will see what the 49ers spruce up next on the show. Talk to you soon.